We graduated this toenail months ago, and now the white nail effect is back. Oh no, double trouble. This basic pedicure has just turned custom. The white nail effect is a party scout for trouble, and it must be shut down. This nail condition is super common, but it should not be ignored. Let me tell you what it really is, why we must deal with it, and how. Girl, I can't leave you alone for a month. What have you been doing with my toenails? We were doing so good for so long. Now, you know, as we chat and you tell me this story, I gotta stay on target. So I gotta work in order so that I can stay on time, right? But what's going on? Okay, the nail looks white because it's not attached to the nail bed. You know, the skin underneath. Now, this is not a fungus in itself, but it is a symptom of some type of trauma, chemical reaction, medical condition, or a fungal infection. So, do you remember anything happening to the nail since I saw you last? The garden? What the garden do to your toenails? Oh, you like to garden and be around the yard barefoot. Okay, so being barefoot is one thing, but I have to draw the line at gardening barefoot. Don't do that. It's too much going on. Our feet need to be protected when we do that. Oh, okay, you had your flip-flops on? Okay, now you know that's the same thing, right? Barefoot. Now, I ain't gonna take a Florida girl out of her flip-flops, but I need to tell you that this or worse can be the consequences. So be very, very careful. Now, that is enough information for me to know that any kind of trauma could have happened to these nails over the last month or so because the toenails weren't protected. Most times when trauma happens, the damage doesn't show up right away. The separation happens over time. You never had any pain or discomfort to alert you of anything going on down here, right? Well, let's just say I am glad you are here regularly so that I can inspect these toenails. Now, in situations like this, fungus and bacteria squatters, that's what I call them, they'll get the memo that there's an empty house available. And it's perfect because it's warm, dark, and damp down here. Ooh, that is the perfect breeding ground for these squatters to have little baby squats. They'll move in and start a house party. And then because there's so many of them, they like to burrow deep. The longer they stay, the darker the house gets and the harder they are to get rid of. And we don't want that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, what we gonna do about it? We gonna tear down the house. That's what we gonna do. My game is the same. Trim, clean, treat, and repeat. Ain't nobody paying you to have a party in your toenails, okay? Now, in case you haven't figured it out, I call the toenails houses. So we're going to trim all the nail that's not attached. Then we're going to clean out the nails, getting rid of whatever debris is around and groom that exposed skin to encourage attachment as the nail grows out. Then I'm going to make you up a natural solution powered by essential oils to use at home. This is going to soothe the nails and skin to promote toenail wellness. And we'll just repeat the process every 4 to 6 weeks for regular maintenance. And hope that these little piggies grow back attached. We're doing all the necessary things to accomplish the goal, but only time will tell if it will work. Now, sometimes what looks like a regular pedicure, I should say this is the classic case of what looks like a regular pedicure can turn into a trouble pedicure really, really quickly. But that does not stop a full pedicure from happening anyway. So what I'm doing now is blasting away cuticle. Blasting away cuticle. You know, cuticle grows on top of the nail plate. and they are stubborn. So I like to use my e-file with my smooth diamond bit to kind of just blast them away and clean them off that nail. I use this same bit to kind of groom the skin that we exposed and the skin around the toe, so that it can just be smoothed out. Smoothed it. You know what I'm trying to say. And a softener, so that when I go digging for treasures after the soak, the junk just jumps out at me. Ooh, I'm ready now. Fresh meat, fresh meat. So of course I got to stay in order. I'm going to work from the baby nail to the big mama. So here we go. All I'm going to do here is trim as much nail as possible. Ooh, that was a little treasure that I got it. Ooh, I like getting treasures. Ooh, I get to dig in this nail. It's pretty fun. Another piece of treasure is coming. Oh, yes, I like that. Ooh, look at that. Get out of there. Get out of there. I'm feeling like I'm seeing something back up in here. This nail was bruised about a year ago, but all of that grew out. But I'm thinking, yep. So as this nail was traumatized, you might not see it yet, but there's a little bruise up in there. But we're about to expose it. As you can see, I like to get every piece of nail that's not attached as much as I can. Like my little nippers, they do the job. Okay. Now, of course, I shape the nails. This is kind of my favorite part too. I love pushing up and blasting off cuticle. I love the clean look that it leaves. Now, let's be clear. This is not what's considered a Russian pedicure. You know, where they push up and then they nip off and blast away live skin. I'm not doing that. All I'm doing is pushing up the cuticle, which is the skin that attaches itself to the nail plate, and I'm just blasting off that cuticle. Nothing live is leaving, only what's dead. I don't consider the Russian thing to be well for your nails. If I did it, I wouldn't be the well nail girl. So no, I don't do that. So the cleanup that you see is what needs to go. Nothing live. have to kind of groom this so that it won't grow out and snag everything. So I'm using my smooth bit just to kind of smooth everything out, blend it in as much as possible. The nail is not that thick, but I want to make sure the edges around it are smooth. And I try to straighten it out as much as possible. I had to cut it on an angle, but got to do that sometimes. And of course, my cuticle softener, soften everything up, get it ready for round 2 of digging for treasures. Now that things are softened up, I can go exploring and digging out what doesn't belong. And now I'm going to nip what's jumping up and waving at me. Nothing live, only dead. Skin, that is. This is my Pedicure spray powered by essential oils. This spray says, I'm sorry for irritating you. It soothes, cleanses, and rejuvenates irritated skin. It's something I make up. Now, I find it more effective to use my e-file with my spear pedicure bit to smooth dry calluses that are on the heels. Very effective. It saves my arm. It saves you being overly tickled. No rough buffing. It's just altogether better, I find. Now I'm going to use my seaweed scrub to exfoliate the dead skin cells. Now you get to rest and soak. I'll do the same to the other foot, but I'll also be quiet for now. Enjoy. Okay, bring that foot up. We're going to dry with hot towels straight out of the oven, making sure to dry the entire foot and in between the toes. Make sure you do that after your showers at home as well. We don't want any type of bacteria setting up in between the toes because it can. I'll mist on my foot and leg refresh, again powered by essential oils. Yes, I am the well nail girl. The well stands for wellness. I use essential oils for everything. And in this case, this blend is my secret weapon. It will leave your feet and legs with a comforting, cooling sensation. You're going to feel like you can run a marathon, but you're going to be too relaxed to even try. Okay, so no, I'm not about to shave you. This is a mousse moisturizer for a short and sweet foot and leg rub. Now, I leave the real massaging for the massage therapist. I just do enough to replace the moisture. I'm not a massage therapist. This pedicure is not about the massage, okay? I boast no fluff pedicures, but I do have a way of making the necessary stuff feel like fluff. Okay, so these toenails are on the mend. So there will be no polish. Here are your after photos. See that little bruise? You can see the bruise good now, but that's going to mend up as well. So there we go. Use your solution at home, and I'll see you back in 4 to 6 weeks. Okay? And put some shoes on when you garden, okay?